Arvell Jones, and I was and am an artist. I've worked for Marvel in DC. I'm freelancing now. At one point I was in television because that's always what I wanted to do. My father tricked me into becoming a comic book artist. Not that he meant to, but it kind of worked out that way because he asked, I asked him to buy me a film camera back when I was 11 years old, one of those 8mm cameras, and he says, okay, let's go do it. I said, Dad, I got a bunch of ideas for movies and TV shows, and he says, okay, cool, let's go. And we went to the department store, and the guy pulled out the camera and told my father how much it cost. And my father looked at me, this is what you want? I said, yeah. And my father reached and pulled his wallet out, and he says, of course you're going to need some lights for that. And my father said, well, how much are lights? So the guy told him, well, you know, how much they were. My father said, you can just shoot outside. I said, yeah, I can shoot outside, no problem. He said, well, you can use a tripod. And my father said, tripod. I said, Dad, I can just hold it. I can hold my breath. I can be really still. I can do it. So he says, okay, all right. Then he says, you're going to need film. And my father said, well, how much is film? He said, oh, that's nothing. He said, yeah, this is for 15 minutes. My father said, what, you know, I spend this much money for film and it's only 15 minutes? You know, he says, okay. He says, you're going to have to be careful with your 15 minutes. And then he said, we'll work out how you get more. And he says, then you come back here and get it developed. My father put his wallet back in his pocket. We went home. Next thing I knew, I'm sitting there going, Dad, what's going on? He said, no, we got to think about this. And then the next thing I knew, he handed me a stack of paper and some pencils. And he said, put your ideas on paper. And he handed me a stack of comic books. And he said, this is how they do it. Put your ideas on paper. And you know, if you come up with an idea that somebody will buy, then I'll get you that stuff. So I started drawing. I sold a comic book, a handmade comic book, to one of my friends for like 50 cents. I said, Dad, I sold one. He says, no, that's to your friend. Your friend's gonna help you out. You know, you gotta sell to strangers. So then I said, okay. I did another one, and I got it printed, you know, like these old Xerox copiers. You know, they were like waxy paper and everything. And I printed out a comic on that and sold 10 of them. My father said, no, that's not gonna work. And I went to Marvel. I started working at Marvel. I came back and I said, Dad, I'm working on Iron Man, Captain America, Iron Fist, the Avengers, Thor. And I said, I'm doing Superman, Batman. I said, you're gonna give me that camera now. I'm in my 20s. And he goes, you know, you're making enough money where you should pay me rent and you can buy your own dang camera. I might start off doing everything by, you know, a traditional guy, you know, so I start drawing everything. And then after I get the idea concrete, I scan it in and then I colorize it, sometimes digital ink it. Unless I wanted to create originals, in which case, you know, I'll use ink or marker or something and then scan it in and then color it from there. Well, I grew up old school, so if I had my druthers, I'd rather mold it. But they cost so much. It's almost digitally, it's cool. Plus I can't afford to have the stacks and stacks of comic books, you know, the big collections. Digitally it makes a lot more sense, you know.